Greetings, and welcome to my Devlog series. In this series, I'm going to be making my dream game. You may be wondering what this game is going to be about. Well, I love strategy games, and more specifically, tower defense games. But the thing about those is they are really slow and time consuming. So I'm going to add a lot more than just towers defending to make the game much more interesting. I started by adding the actual towers. I'm making a tower defense game, and towers are an essential part of tower defense games. So I made this epic prototype tower by simply dragging some cubes around. And I don't know about you, but this looks sick. So then I got to coding the tower. The thing is, I had no idea how to do this, so it took me the entire day. I ended up crashing out a couple of times, but you know what, it works now. I also added a red boy because I needed something for the towers to shoot. There's still a few issues here and there, but I'll fix them later. I started by making a prototype map, and this epic house. 10 out of 10 design, no need for replacement, this thing is staying till the end. Look, I even gave it some windows and a door. And if you can't tell by now, the house is what the player needs to defend. I then made the red boys follow the path, and this is how it turned out. Please ignore the bullets. I also fixed the tower placement system because previously you could just place towers on the path. And don't you love when there's no limit to placing towers? It's really balanced and should be in all games. I give the player some cash. So now you can't just spam the towers wherever you want. Now we got the basics, but we only have one tower and one enemy. So I coded this epic system which allows me to add as many towers and enemies as I'd like. With it, I made a pistol tower and a rifle tower, also 3 different types of enemies. Next, I wanted to make a wave script that I can fully customize, from the enemies, the wavelength, etc, and this is how it turned out. So you'll see 3 red boys followed by some blue boys, and finally brown boys. If you can't tell by now, the red boys are supposed to be the normal enemies, and the blue boys are the fast enemies. I don't know why blue is usually used to represent speed, but there it is. And lastly, brown boys, which is used for the buff boys, the really slow but strong ones. Wow, that's a lot of boys in one sentence. I then added some basic polish, the usual post-processing, but I also made some particle effects. So here you'll see the particles for when you kill the enemies, and here are the particles for placing towers. And here they are in action. It was at this time that I decided to add some basic sounds, and because I don't know how to make some sounds from real world items, I used a free app called VFXR that generates retro sounds. It's great, it works, and yeah. I also added a health bar that shows you how much health your base has. It makes the game much more playable, and again, here it is in action. I did the same thing for the enemies, so you know how much health an enemy has. The way it works is really simple. All it does is check if you're looking at the enemy. If you are, then it shows the health bar. I also think it's time to finally fix the bullets because it's pretty important for your towers to be able to hit the boys every time it shoots. Otherwise, the game would be trash and I would have to stop developing it here and there would be no reason to make this video and then I would have to jump out the window. Then I made this really simple hotbar which allows you to select between towers because previously you would have to click the numbers on your keyboard, which meant you don't know how many towers you have, even though there are only 2 towers right now. Next, I added a proper skybox, which really brightened up the mood. I then ran into what seemed like a wall, not a bug. Like for some reason this pistol tower turned into a sniper, which last time I checked is not how pistols function. Snipers are snipers and pistols are pistols. Lastly, I made it so where you can click on a tower and it would show you some stats about that specific tower. Things like the name, range, damage, and fire rate can be seen here. I think this will come in handy later when I add upgrades to each tower. That's all for this week's devlog. I'm planning on making a devlog every week, and for next week I want to give the player a pew pew and other things. So yeah, subscribe so you don't miss out on the next video, and I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. You know the drill, smash like if you liked the video, and smash dislike if you didn't, and I'll see you in the next one.